Sometimes I'll release a video and I will really hope that whatever I've said in that video was totally wrong. And the one we made about the greater demons disappearing from Forge World, I really hoped that actually I'd got that totally incorrect, that they weren't going anywhere, that they weren't being completely removed, that we would see their return at some point, and I was really wanting to be wrong about that because they are great, fantastic sculpts, they have their place within the greater catalogue of Games Workshop, and it would really suck for them to be permanently vanished. And I can't say that I was wrong. Unfortunately, I was actually right about that. Not only was I right, but it also gets worse. I'm afraid it's not just the greater demons that are disappearing from Forge World. There is a significant chunk of resin that will no longer be available soon, so if any of the ones that are being shown here are on your to buy list, I suggest you get on that pretty damn quick because, frankly, who knows when some of this stuff is coming back. Also, some of this should not be leaving in the first place, including the greater demons, so how dare you? I mean, come on, GW, how are you going to get rid of Gabriel Angelos? Admittedly, it's not the best sculpt. The armour's great, the weapon's fantastic, the face has always felt a bit off to me, and I'm not really sure why, but the Venerable Dreadnought for the Salamanders, proper, quality, classic sculpt. That Asterion Moloch, great model. Getting rid of the Minotaur's, what's his name, Hecaton Akatos, or whatever his name is, that is genuinely disappointing because that is one of the most fun Contemptor Dreadnoughts they've ever made, and also seeing the Relic Contemptor go the way of the Dodo just makes me super sad because it's the best standard Contemptor. Likewise, Carib Cullen the Risen, that is a fantastic Leviathan. That's a quality Leviathan. It looks great. He's got 2 assault cannons on one arm and a claw in the other, and I love that loadout, and the fact that that is vanishing and they're getting Legends rules, I mean, it just sucks, doesn't it? I am being given the most horrendous death stare by a cat. It's like, it's really going for me. Hang on. Damn it. We're also losing Inquisitor Rex and Inquisitor Locke, both fantastic sculpts. And Tiburos the Red Wake, he's been around for I don't know how long at this stage, but it's still a classic. I'm super sad to see him go. Admittedly, I do have 2 of him, so, I got mine when it comes to that dude, but I love that character. He's awesome. I don't want him to leave. I do like how completely behind the times this article is, though, in terms of the greater demons leaving the range. I think you'll find that in the case of the UK, at least, they left the range literally a week ago. Like, they were all sold out, completely unavailable, a full week in the past. So why this is only being shown now? I don't know. It kind of feels a bit rough to put them in the last chance to buy section when they're already unavailable. Like, if you go to the site and you go to Age of Sigmar, it has last chance to buy, and they're in there. Except, kind of late for that now, do you not think? I was wondering if we were going to lose the Khorne Demon Prince, and we are. That's disappearing. So is Terminator Lord Zufor. Zucker? I don't know. How do you pronounce his name? It actually doesn't really matter how to pronounce his name, because he's not going to be around for much longer, is he? We're also losing the Hellblade Fighter, the Hell Talon Fighter Bomber, 2 again. Fantastic models. I would love to see those on plastic. Where's that? Nowhere is the answer to that. They're nowhere. They're not coming back. I'd totally forgotten that there was a World Eaters conversion set. Maybe that's why that's going last chance to buy. I totally forgot that that was a thing. I didn't realise that was still available. Well, wow. Bit late to notice that now. We're also losing quite a few really quite cool models out of the Xenos section as well. Like, the Malanthrope is a fantastic model. So's that other one. The Reaper I've never been that bothered about, and also I seem to remember the Reaper being really quite expensive for what it is, because it's mostly plastic with a couple of resin bits on it, but hefty price tag. But then again, that's Forge World, isn't it? The pylons are disappearing, which, personally I've never liked them all that much, but I'll tell you what I have liked, the Night Shroud Bomber. That is fantastic, and that is genuinely a shame that that's going away. So is the Warboss on bike. Like, the Warboss on bike is a really cool model. Of course, we've got the Warboss on trike now, and they want you to buy that instead, and it's not technically the same thing, even though, let's be honest, it's totally the same thing. The Mech Boss is maybe getting on a little bit, but still a shame no longer available. The Super Cannon is fantastic, but let's be honest, there are so many people who have built Baneblades that no longer need half the guns that go on a Baneblade. You can totally build one yourself. It's still cool, but it's not a massive loss, to be honest. The alternative Stomper Head is great, and so is the Lifter Dropper Arm, so I'm actually really sad to see those go too. Now, these are what have already left the range. I will point something out though. With one exception, these were already sold out before they hit last chance to buy. In the UK at least, it may be that there was stock available elsewhere, but it does feel a little bit gutting that these disappeared a solid week before they went into last chance to buy. There's some cool stuff in here that it's just a real shame it's vanished. The Landspeeder Tempest, for instance, that is the only version of that Landspeeder that doesn't look goofy. And I know that that will have upset some of you. And you know what? I don't care. I don't like the Landspeeder. I don't think it looks very good. I don't think it looks as good as the one that came before it. I don't think it looks as good as the ones that they've done for the Horus Heresy. And you can fight me on that, and it's all subjective anyway, so honestly, who cares? Severin Loth, I totally forgot that he was still a thing. In fact, to be honest, I frequently forget that the Red Scorpions exist. I don't think that's, like, a particular statement on, like, or comment on how good they are. I just forget they're a thing. You know what? No. Actually, thinking about it, the going back to the previous thing we were talking about, Landspeeders. The ones for the Ravenwing, they're cool. I like those. They're very silly. They're very weird. I love them. They're fantastic. Because they've got all, like, weird stuff on them, and frankly, they're bigger and chunkier, and that's enough for me. You know me, I like a bit of girth. Again, I'd forgotten the Damocles. You know what, don't take that girth statement out of context. I'm not having it. Yeah, the Damocles command vehicle, I'd keep forgetting that existed as well. Saying goodbye to Huron that's genuinely sad. That's genuinely sad. That's been around for ages, it feels like. And I always wanted to get hold of a Stonecrusher Carnifex, but then I never played Tyranids, so there was no point. And, well, the chance has gone. Luckily, the new Screamer Killer looks absolutely badass, so that's something at least. But yeah, the rest of this, it's gone. It's all gone. If you do want any of this stuff, I suggest you go and check it out right now, because there's a good chance it'll already be gone, but you might be able to grab the very last one if you're super lucky. Not with the Greater Demons, obviously, but with the rest of it, it's worth a try, you know? It's worth a look. So there you go. I'm afraid that is something that I did not want to be right about. I was genuinely hoping that we would see those come back, and it was just like a temporary thing, and that I was going to have to make another video going, you know what? I was wrong. I jumped the gun, I made assumptions, I looked at it and I went, this is what's happening, when actually I was totally incorrect. I both do and don't like making those videos. It happens very rarely, but when it does happen, it's usually because we still get access to the thing that we want. We still get the opportunity to buy the product that we want, and it's better that way. It's nicer to go, okay, I messed up, but on the other hand, the thing we thought was going away is not. That's not the case this time round. Absolutely correct. Loads of stuff is going, and quite a lot of stuff has already gone. So I guess this is just the latest Forge World purge. I'm kind of wondering what else is going to be left. I mean, obviously they're doing the Horus Heresy stuff. There's a huge wealth of models for 40k, especially a lot of guard models. Don't you dare get rid of all of that. But I don't know, I'm kind of wondering where Forge World is at and where it's moving to at this stage. Maybe that's something we should talk about in the future, when we have more coherent thoughts, as opposed to just random, inane ramblings. Although, given that this channel revolves around inane ramblings anyway, I don't know if that would really change anything. Anyway, I apologise for being the bearer of bad news again. It's getting pretty frequent, but maybe things will start to look up. You never know. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, and I will see you for the next one.